Yes, so we'll start lying on the ground. And you can just take a couple nice deep breaths. And you just get a good stretch. Make sure your area is all clear. And just take a nice deep breath. And we'll go ahead and take your knees and hug your knees up to your chest. And we'll just take a couple more deep breaths here. And you can even like loop your hands under your knees to kind of lock your knees up to your chest without having to put too much effort in. But just taking some nice deep breaths with your knees hugged up to your chest. Leaving your knees together and your shoulders on the floor, you're gonna drop your hips, your knees off to one side. Like drop your legs, off to one side. So like your knees will be bent and you're gonna twist your legs over to the right side, trying to leave your shoulder blades on the floor. And also trying to keep your knees together. And we'll just take a couple deep breaths here. And then you'll bring your knees back up to the middle and then drop them off to the other side. Oop, watch out for items around you. And so again, knees are together, shoulders to the floor as much as you can. I didn't do a workout, but I was leading a workout from 7 to 8. Sometimes I don't know what it means to like have a workout. It's like, does that mean that was I working out or? Leading the workout. Right. Okay, and now we're gonna bring your knees back to the middle. And then you'll drop them off to that side you started with, and then bring them right back to the middle, and go back to the second side. So we're just gonna go side to side, and then back to the middle. You can kind of use your arms to help guide your legs, if that feels good, to kind of keep your knees together. And try to kind of squeeze my feet together to try to keep my knees together. Also kind of feels like a little massage on your lower back on the floor. All right, and then you'll come back to the center. And we'll pull one knee up to your chest and let the other leg go straight and then alternate. So just one leg knee hug, other leg is straight out. Just alternate. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and put your feet down on the ground, and we're just gonna pull your shoulder blades up off the floor and then back down again. And so just a little crunch, kind of reaching for your ankles with your hands, pulling your shoulder blades up off the floor, keeping your belly button squeezed to your spine, kind of rolling your lower back up and then back down. And so just getting your shoulder blades up off the floor. All right, and then go ahead, leave your shoulders down on the ground, and then squeeze your glutes to kind of just lift your hips up off the floor, and then back down again. And just kind of rolling your spine up, and then back down. So keeping your low back glued to the floor when you come back down. Trying to set your back down one vertebrae at a time. Just kind of rolling down onto your hips, and then squeezing up. All right, and then we'll set your hips down and go back to those little crunches. Again, just kind of reaching for your ankles, pulling your shoulder blades up off the ground. All right, and then back into our glute bridge, but this time we're just gonna hold at the top. So leaving your shoulders on the ground, squeezing your glutes to keep your hips up, and just holding here. Feet flat on the ground. Belly button to spine, glutes tight to keep your hips hovered. We'll hang out here for 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and we'll come back into our little crunches. So crunching again, just reaching for those ankles. Three, 2, 1. Okay, we'll come back up into our glute bridge hold, but then we're gonna hover one leg. And so we'll just have one leg up in the air and one leg pressed into the ground. And we'll just hover here, trying to keep your hips square. And again, you don't have to be up super high, just hovering your hips is great. All right, 3, 2, 1, and some more crunches. Just pulling those shoulder blades up. Squeezing that belly button to your spine. Reaching for your ankles. And keeping that nice steady breath. Three, 2, 1. Okay, we'll come back up into that glute bridge hold. And then we'll go on the other leg. And so try to keep your hips square. And again, they don't have to be up super high, just hover off the floor. Foot flat on the ground, hips nice and square. Nice steady breath. Keeping that midline tight with belly button to spine. 3, 2, 1. We'll come back down and do our crunchies. 2, 1. Okay, back up into our glute bridge, both feet on the floor, and then we'll like pick up one leg and then place it back down and then pick up the other leg, and so we'll just march back and forth, trying to leave your hips nice and square as you alternate legs. We'll do these 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, and we'll take a little rest. And so you can grab a sip of your water if you want. And you can stand on up nice and slow when you stand up. There's like some extra stuff on my mats. Just like, I know, I think that they were trying to like sell you something. Like it wasn't actually necessary.
Well, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of trusted that first guy, Chris, and I feel like I want to talk to him.
Yeah, totally.
And said, he said it was out of specs, and it was something that they do, so I want to make sure that the electrical panel is not a fire hazard.
Right, yeah, totally. And the first person did seem trustworthy.
Yeah. But he can't account for what work is done. But as long as everything's working, that's great.
Right.
But also, they never sent me a bill for the finalized amount, where I put the 50% down.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it is weird. Unless I have to check my credit card, unless they just paid themselves.
Yeah, they might have done that.
Because I gave them the credit card number for that.
Right, yeah, you should check, because then if they charged you for the electrician or something.
Right. Yeah, but it's where they didn't send me any finalized statement or anyway.
Right. Yeah, that is odd. Okay, next we're gonna do some different movements. The first round we're gonna do it with no toys, so we're just gonna use our body weight. And then the second round we're gonna use our stick item. And then the last round we're gonna use our weights. So you're gonna want all of it kind of like staged and like ready to transition into the stuff. Okay. You're already all staged and ready to go. Okay, good. And so we're gonna just also do whatever the movement is. Like each thing is one leg. So we'll do it on one side for 30 seconds and then the other side for 30 seconds. So you don't necessarily have to like count the reps. We'll just move every 30 seconds. But also make sure you're moving like slow and steady. It's not about going fast. And so we're gonna start, you'll keep your left leg, or just pick one leg. I'll keep my left leg planted. And you're gonna have a really narrow stance. So your feet are like between your hips. And keeping your chest up and your midline tight, you're gonna just squat down as low as you feel like going. And then you're gonna reach out to a wide stance, and then same thing, chest up, squat down. So just do like a narrow to wide squat. Yeah, and just keeping one leg planted, and then at that 30-second mark, we'll switch to the other leg.
And you'll tell me when.
Yes, I will tell you when. It's almost time. 3, 2, 1. So now switch to that other side. Narrow squat. Wide squat. And as you're squatting, again, keeping your chest up, bending your knees, keeping your knees tracking over your feet, even in this narrow stance, and then in the wide stance, make sure your knees aren't like caving in or even going out too much. And just coming down to somewhere comfortable. Just kind of opening up our hips in these different planes for these squats. Okay, and then next, we're gonna have a similar idea, one foot planted, and then we'll take a big step forward, bend your knees, chest up, lunge down, and then you'll go back and do a reverse lunge. Same thing, chest up, just bending your knees, keeping your knees again, tracking over your feet, just like when we were squatting, but now we're gonna go front to back, keeping one foot planted.
Did I change feet? Is that what you meant by front to back?
3, 2, 1, switch feet. Sorry, front to back means like you're keeping your right foot planted and you'll go forward and then backward. But you're keeping that same foot planted. And we did just switch feet.
Yeah, okay.
But 10 more seconds on this side. 3, 2, 1. And then the last one, you're going to have both feet planted on the ground, hips high, bowing forward, keeping your back flat. Remember these? Good mornings. Okay, but now you're going to try to hover your right leg and just do it on one leg, standing on just your left leg. And again, you don't have to go too deep. Just work on the balance and control. And try to keep your hips and your chest square. Okay, go ahead and switch feet. Go to the other side now. And it helps to pick like one thing out in the distance to look at. You know, just maybe like 3 feet in front of you on the floor. That will help with the balance. Holding the invisible balloon also helps with the balance. And sometimes I put my hands on my hips to kind of make sure I'm staying square with my hips. Sometimes just touching there helps guide where you want them to go. Okay, 3, 2, 1, rest. And now we'll take a minute rest, and then we'll do it again. And this next time we're going to add our dowel.
Okay.
Okay, so before we get started, you're going to try to put your dowel on your shoulders and then raise your arms out straight in front so that it doesn't fall off. Yes, perfect. Okay, you can rest a second if you want. But we're going to hold it, we're going to hold our dowel in that position to do our narrow to wide squats.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. So we'll start on whatever your one foot is. Keep that foot planted. Yeah, arms out, dowel up, narrow squat, and then wide squat. Nice. Because this is really going to help with that posture. Narrow to wide.
Oh, and I'm going to one side.
Yeah, one side. I mean, it's not really that big of a deal if you've been switching. And we'll switch sides. Three, 2, 1. And now for our lunges, we're going to do the same thing. If you want to kind of shake your arms out for a second, you can. But we'll hold it in that same spot. Lunging forward and then backward. And just plant it on that one leg. All right, and we'll switch legs.
Switch legs.
Yep, switch legs.
Go, baby. We're going to just go ahead and use it on.
3, 2, 1. Okay, and then now you'll bring your arms down and you'll hold the dowel out in front. And we'll do that same thing just on one leg. Good morning. And you're just kind of letting that weight, or I'm sorry, you're letting the dowel just drift down toward the floor. And you're almost like resisting it a little bit by keeping your shoulder blades down and back, keeping your arms locked out, but almost like pulling against the dowel, trying not to let it go down super fast. So kind of keeping tension on it. Okay, and switch sides. And again, trying to keep your hips square. Foot flat on the ground. So you just got one foot. Shoulder blades down and back, hips high. Keeping that back nice and flat. Thinking about length through your hips into the bottom of your spine, making it nice and long and flat. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we'll take 1 minute rest. And then the next round, we're gonna use our weights. And so this time, we're gonna hold one weight in each hand. So hopefully they're a pretty manageable weight. And we're gonna hold them right here. And you're gonna think about kind of how we were holding that dowel up and keeping your chest up. So you're gonna use that same posture, but you're just gonna be holding the weight at your shoulders. But we won't start for another like 15 seconds. So if you wanna set them down for a second, you can. Or if you wanna at least just hold them at your side. Don't hold them in that front rack the whole time. But we'll start with our narrow to wide squat. 3, 2, 1, go. And again, just on one side, narrow squat, wide squat. And trying to keep that chest up. Even though now we have weight on our shoulders, you're not gonna let your chest bow forward at all. Keeping nice and tall. And those knees tracking over your feet. Really pressing into the ground as you stand up. And switch sides.
Change sides.
Yep, switch sides. Okay, and switch to your lunges. If you want to kind of shake it out with your shoulders a little bit, that's fine. And then just keeping one foot planted forward to backward. And switch sides. Three, 2, 1. And now you'll bring the weights down to your side. And again, single leg. Resisting the weights. Don't let the weights pull you down. Keep your shoulder blades down and back. And just bowing forward on one leg. Nice flat back. And switch sides. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, and then we'll do one more time through, and you can choose your own adventure about which way you want to do each of the things. You can do them all with the weight, you can do them all with the dowel, you could mix and match, but we'll do one more time through, your choice, how you want to do them.
Okay. I'll pick the weights.
Yeah, one more time through with weights. That sounds great. Okay, but 30 more seconds to rest. Alrighty, 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. So starting with those weights at your chest or on your shoulders. Narrow squat to wide squat on one side. And switch sides. Three, 2, 1. We'll switch to our lunges. Forward to back. Nice job. Three, 2, 1, and we'll switch sides. Three, 2, 1. We'll bring the weights to your side and we'll do our single leg deadlift. Just bowing forward, keeping those shoulders down and back. Nice flat back. Hips square. And switch sides. Three, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we'll take a little break.
Pretty impressive how much you guys cleaned up that weight equipment.
Mm-hmm. Can you see it? It's right there.
Have you used it at all?
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have any kind of like cable pulls, so it was like, oh, sweet. And yeah, it looks really good now that we painted it. It looks really good now that it's painted.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Rod used it very much, but it's been sitting out in their little patio for like 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Leslie was amazed.
Yeah, I know. She was like, what the heck?
She was also very impressed with how nice you and Rory were just taking it apart.
She was just like, can I help? What can I help? We're like, yeah, do you have a hand truck?
Did they have one?
Yeah, they did. It was nice.
Oh, good.
Okay, the next part, we're gonna do like same thing, 1 minute at a time, but it's just gonna be the whole minute. There's not gonna be any switching sides or anything, and you don't need any of your toys. You just need yourself. And we'll just go through all the minutes, and then the last minute will be a rest minute, so that'll be nice. But we'll go through like 4 or 5 times, whatever you feel like.
Okay.
And it's gonna start with a plank hold. So we'll be on the floor to start in a plank.
Oh, okay.
And then the rest of the moves are easy. You'll get them right away. And so you can be on your elbows or on your hands, but we'll start in plank. Ready, set, go! And so try to keep your shoulders active. Don't let your chest sink to the floor. And try to keep your belly button squeezed to your spine and your shoulders and hips in line. And if you need a break, just go ahead and put your knees down. That's totally fine. But just hold plank as much as you can for the next 40 seconds. And still taking those nice deep breaths.
Can you hear Raya's pitter patter all around?
I can just hear her collar. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to go into an inchworm. And so you'll just take those hands and walk them back to your feet. You can stand up at the top if you want, or just go right back into your inchworm. Walking it out, back and forth.
Good for my feet.
Yeah, the dogs like it when we come down to the floor. 30 more seconds for your inchworm. Three, 2, 1. Okay, we'll come up to standing, and then we'll do our knee hug. So standing, knee hug, just alternating.
Trading legs.
Yep. Right, left, hugging that knee up to your chest. We'll do these for 30 more seconds. More seconds. All right. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to finish with 1 minute of jumping jacks. And so just nice and steady. We're going to go for a whole minute, but then we get to rest. We'll rest 1 minute after our minute of jumping jacks. Seconds. Ten more seconds. 3, Nice job. 1 minute of jumping jacks is a long minute. I'm not sure what's longer, a minute of jumping jacks or a minute of plank.
Jumping jacks.
The jumping jacks? Yeah, we've been doing lots of planks.
Emma would tell you a minute is a minute.
It's true. 30 more seconds. Is Emmett back in school yet?
No, but Amanda, when they got home from Detroit, then she went and registered him.
Oh, nice. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, plank. When does school start?
I don't know, usually right after Labor Day, but sometimes right before Labor Day.
Yeah. I gotta take him out to camp. Next week's the last week, I guess. Unless he's in school.
Nice.
I haven't
You'll
taken.
have more time.
What's that?
You'll have a little bit more time in your schedule.
Yeah, but I didn't get to take Emmett out to camp at all yet this year.
Oh.
So maybe I'll try next week, I guess.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd like to go.
I know he probably. I should have thought about it ahead of time, but I've been more busy this year, I think, with frisbee.
Yeah.
10 more seconds in our plank, and then we do inchworms. 3, 2, 1, inchworm.
Right. Get out of my way. Stop it, let go of my hair.
Ten more seconds for inchworms. 3, 2, 1. And now it's our knee hugs.
Hey, stop that. Well, that inchworm was like a wrestling match between me and Ryan. Every time I went down, she chased my brain back up.
That's funny.
So I'll have to tie my brain up next week. It does look like a rope toy.
10 more seconds. And then we'll do our minute of jumping jacks. Ready, set, go! Nice and steady, we're halfway there. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Another minute to rest.
Okay, stop it.
So it's back to our plank hold in 30 seconds. All right, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, plank. Halfway. Ten more seconds for our plank. 3, 2, 1. Inchworm. More seconds for our inchworm.
Here, time out.
Okay. Time out.
Pause the game.
You okay?
Hold up your water.
We'll just wait for the next minute. So we'll start again in 30 seconds with our knee hugs.
Okay.
So we'll be back to our knee hugs, but we'll go in 30 seconds. And then jumping jacks is next.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll be right back into it. All right, 10 more seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Knee hugs. seconds for knee hugs. Ten more seconds, and then we do our jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1, jumping jacks. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, another minute break. And then we'll go again.
Okay, Ryan, one more time.
Yeah, one more time. We'll go back to our planks in 30 seconds.
Let's just water, let's go. Yeah.
10 more seconds, and we'll go back into our last set. Back to planks. 3, 2, 1, go! Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Inchworms. 10 more seconds, and then we'll do our jumping jacks. 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks, last minute. Halfway. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Woo, nice work.